First of all, I have to admit something. I was wrong. Welcome back to the new episode of Sage is Social. I appreciate you coming back. This is episode 2 officially. Going to talk about some Fantastic Four, and I really liked the movie. Really liked it. I know by now a lot of people have seen the movie. This is the week after the movie come out, and a lot of people online have given their opinions already. But it takes me a little bit longer right now to edit my videos. I'm doing it myself. I'm learning how to do it. I want to learn how to edit the videos. So it takes me a little bit longer right now, but I'm still getting better at that. So let's just go ahead and jump into what I liked and what I didn't like. Before I do that, the thing I was wrong about was the casting of Pedro Pascal. I like Pedro as much as everybody else, okay? I have everything he's in, I like it. But when he was cast as Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards, I really wasn't sure about the casting. I was like, I saw Krasinski just like everybody else did in in the Scarlet Witch movie. And I was like, yeah, that looks like Reed Richards to me. Now, I'm not one of those people that say outright, nah, the movie's gonna suck because somebody got cast. That's been proven wrong by many different movies, many different times. So, no, I didn't say all that. I just said, I don't really see it. But he definitely proved me wrong. He is the MCU Reed Richards. I wasn't sure about Joseph Quinn only because I didn't know who he was. I actually had fallen off of Stranger Things, I believe, at the season 3. I had kind of fallen off. So I didn't see the season of Stranger Things that he was in, actually. So I wasn't familiar with his work, and I hadn't seen anything else that he had been in. So I was like, I don't know if he's Johnny Storm. But even after the movie, Chris Evans is Johnny Storm. Just personally, because I was a kid, I was younger when that came out. That Chris Evans might still be my favorite Johnny Storm, but Joseph Quinn definitely did his thing, and I am super excited uh, about him moving forward as Johnny Storm. Definitely. So don't get that wrong. I was wrong about both of those things. So that's what I was talking about when I said I was wrong. Now that we have that out the way, let's just go ahead and get to what I liked. Oh, before I get into that, the movie was directed by Matt Shackman, whose name you also heard. He also directed a lot of the episodes, I think all the episodes of WandaVision. So if you've heard Matt Shackman's name, that's where you heard it from. He was the director or the director on WandaVision. WandaVision. All right. Number one thing that I like. The movie did a really good job of distributing key moments for all of the different cast members, things for them to do for the most part. There's one cast member who I felt kind of got shortchanged. I think most people will probably agree with me. I'll put that in something that I didn't really like as much. But for the most part, I really felt like the movie did a great job of giving us moments with all of the characters. Sue had a lot of moments, but Reed had his moments where he gave his talks, his speeches, and he was doing his experiments, and he was being Reed Rich. He's been Mr. Fantastic, and I thought that it was really cool there. What I wasn't expecting though was how much they gave Johnny Storm to do, as far as all of his back and forth with Shalabal and deciphering the alien language. I thought that would be something that they kind of left to the Reed Richards character, but they gave it to Johnny, and I thought that was really cool. Him really honing in on deciphering that alien language. The part about him wanting to go up into space and get the new space suits was really funny. I like that a lot. I thought it was cool. The second thing I really liked was the Shallow Ball Silver Surfer. I was really excited when they decided to do this version. I know this version of Silver Surfer is not what a lot of people want. They want Norrin Rad, but I didn't because I knew that this was going to be an alternate universe. and that if this universe got destroyed or something went wrong, I would rather have Norrin Rad in the 616 universe than have him in this 828 universe, which is, by the way, it's the 828 universe. We find out at the beginning of the movie, the Fantastic Four is 828. So I would much rather have had the Ball Silver Surfer in this universe rather than having them in the 616, like I said, and just wait for Norrin Rad in the 616. And that's what I preferred. But I really liked the Ball Silver Surfer. I thought she was super cool, looked really cool. Um, and the character did what the character was supposed to do. The scenes they gave her riding the surfboard were some of the coolest scenes in the movie. Her riding the kind of like riding the wave when they were doing the faster than light jump, and she's riding through the tunnel of the warp. Really cool. And the other scene where she was by the black hole, and they were trying to trap her or whatever, and she kind of was riding that wave. Listen, cool character. Really liked it. I hope she comes back in Secret Wars or something. So yeah, that's the second thing I really like. The other thing was they really hit a sweet spot with that character with the Shallow Ball character as far as making sure that you got just enough of her but not too much. So it was enough of the character to where she was still mysterious and you got enough to where I wasn't like, oh, we didn't get enough of her. So I thought that they struck a really good balance there in the movie. The third thing I liked was the cinematography and the art direction of the actual film itself. I thought the film looked beautiful. Um, I didn't really know what to expect with the 1960s vibe, but I thought it was really cool how they did it and the way the film looked. A lot of the architecture of the buildings and the of course the 60s interior. A lot of people are into the 60s interior, and I thought it looked really cool. This movie definitely looked like something different than anything else that we've gotten in the MCU, and I enjoyed that. Just completely different look. Yes, the MCU has had other period piece movies and period piece scenes in different shows and things of that nature, but this one just kind of felt different. It was just a whole vibe of the 1960s, and it was cool. But 1960s in a different universe, so it was really cool. And I liked it a lot. I thought that like I said, the cinematography, the way it was shot, the camera use, the cameras that were being used, everything I thought as far as that was all on point for me. As far as the cinematography and some of the scenes that I really liked, besides the Silver Surfer surfing scenes, which I've already discussed with the Charlotte, talking about Charlotte Ball, the one of my favorite scenes now was the scene where Sue was giving birth. It was that scene is just a beautifully shot scene. Not even like what was actually happening in the scene, but the angles and the way things were done was just really well done and well shot. And I think that's like going to the movies and seeing an MCU movie. That's probably one of my favorite shot scenes. They had like the black hole or the neutron star come. You can see it out the window, and then she's giving birth, and there's the shadows and the light and whatever. But yeah, really good scene. I really liked it. Talking about that birth scene real quick though, I was like, wait, she's giving birth in space, zero gravity. I was like, I don't know how graphic Disney's about to be right here, but it ended up being like super PG of a scene. I don't even think there was any blood on the baby after she gave birth to it. So, yeah, it was safe. You know, it was safe for the children or whatever. But no, great scene though. My fourth like was Galactus. Oh man, Ralph Ineson's voice. I always try to make sure that I say his name correctly, but Ralph Ineson's voice was amazing. perfect voice to voice Galactus, and I thought Galactus looked really, really cool in the movie. The way they shot him, kind of like the mechanized look of the helmet and everything. So it didn't really feel as comic booky. It felt more realistic because of the way that they were kind of using like the robotic look of everything and how he was strapped into his spaceship when they went to visit him and all those things. I thought those were really, really great choices. I know a lot of that comes from the comics, but to see it on the big screen in the way that they decided to execute it, I thought that it was absolutely just great choices all around there. Okay, so now we're going to get to what I didn't like as much. I only had one thing, just one, and that's crazy. I thought I was going to have three, four, five because honestly, as a person who reads comics, I've never been a Fantastic Four comic book fan. It's always been a book that I've skipped over. I know back in the day I missed the Hickman run because of that reason, but yeah, I just never been into the Fantastic Four at all. So yeah, but like I said, I don't have too many complaints about this movie. I have one, and the only thing is that they kind of shortchanged the thing just a little bit, just a little bit. He did get his moments being a pilot and all those things, and being the one to snip the umbilical cord. I said that right, right? Umbilical cord. All those things were wonderful, but I thought that his very specifically, I thought that his love story or love interest situation, I thought it was just kind of shoehorned into the movie. It really wasn't that necessary. We could have probably done without it. It was cool, I guess, but like I said, it just really wasn't needed for his story or for the movie at all. As far as I'm concerned, we could have just left that whole little love thing out. With that, I'm kind of waiting for Alicia Masters, and everybody knows that that's his big great love in the comics, and I think we're waiting on that. But it wasn't that I hate love stories; it was just that I just felt like that one was kind of shoehorned in. I just kind of wish they would have given him like something else to do during that time, like anything. Maybe he could have been trying to figure out something because he's a pilot. Maybe he could have been trying to figure out some trajectory type stuff or something. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. That was the one thing that I didn't really like. Was Ben Grimm's side love story. Yeah. Okay, who would like this movie? I think this movie is the best movie so far from the MCU that you can take somebody to who's had no interest in the MCU, and they don't like the movie where they have to know absolutely nothing and they can enjoy it 100% from beginning to end. This is the most standalone movie I believe that the MCU has ever done. The post credit scene has to do with a movie in the future, nothing in the past really. So it's just the best movie to take your significant other, a family member, or anybody who's had no interest in going over the last 15 years of the MCU and just going in and seeing something that's just cool. So I would say this is the movie to take your people to. All right, just a couple of things I want to talk about as far as plot points of the movie. I guess spoilers, but we're already in spoilers territory. People have already spoiled all the movie online already. Um, but while I appreciate that everybody in the movie got their shine, I really can say that Sue was the heart of the movie. And I can appreciate that since she was the mother of the baby, first steps. It was completely the right choice in my opinion, since the movie was about family and there was the child involved, well, her child involved. She wasn't presented as a perfect character or a perfect person. She was just a mother figure, a mother figure who was trying to protect as best she could. She went from being a protector of the people of planet Earth to protecting her child, and then realizing somewhere in the movie that she can do both, and she did it well. I really like the Sue character. I just didn't call her the Invisible Woman most of the time. I would just call her Sue because I'm up here like feeling like I know her or something. But no, she's a really good character. The way that she's presented here, um, it I kind of felt like she realized somewhere along the lines, like I said earlier, that she's more of like a surrogate mother for the people of the 828, and that she needed to uphold or continue to uphold that responsibility, as well as making sure that she took care of her child. Uh, I like it because she was also like a very much a do what I got to do type character, which I can appreciate. Speaking of Sue, the I call it the sacrifice speech now, but the sacrifice speech uh, she gave in front of the Baxter Building was a really good speech. I don't know who wrote it, but it was a really good speech. It wasn't to the level of President Whitmore and Independence Day, but it was a good speech. It didn't only showcase Sue's leadership, but her willingness to make sacrifices for the greater good. She just let you know that she wasn't going to sacrifice her kid, but she came back around and she realized she wasn't going to sacrifice the people of the planet for her child either. It's a really really good speech. I don't know if people are talking about it, but I thought it was a great turning point in the movie, and it also helped Mr. Fantastic come up with his plan, which to me that was the plan that, yeah, I mean, it was what you had to do. Let me tell you something. Because this movie was set in an alternate universe, I honestly didn't know what was going to happen. I don't know what everybody else is saying, but I had no idea if everybody was going to die, everybody was going to live, some of the members were going to die, some of the members were going to live. If people are saying that they knew, then maybe they have some type of inside source. But when I sat down to see the movie, I had zero idea. So I was on the edge of my seat all the time because I knew since this wasn't the 616, anything can happen. The whole planet can be destroyed, the whole universe can be destroyed. One member of the Fantastic Four can die, all of them can die, none of them can die. I had no idea. I was like, Galactus could destroy this whole planet. Shala Ball could destroy the whole planet. I don't know. So to be honest with you, I didn't see the Silver Surfer sacrificing herself to take out Galactus. Now I know that in the original comic that the Silver Surfer Norrin Rad turns on Galactus and helps the Fantastic Four, but I really didn't know if Shala Ball Silver Surfer was going to take that same route. As far as I knew, she was going to be completely different than Norrin Rad and just go through with letting everybody die. So when she popped up and helped out at the very end there, I was not expecting that at all. I did notice the actors from the Fantastic Four movie were coming back, but again, because this is an alternate universe, I didn't know if it was actually going to be the ones from the 828 or if it was going to be some alternate Fantastic Four members that look like them, or maybe alternate people from the 616 that just happen to look like them. You know what I mean? So I didn't know if they were going to die or not. I know the actors were coming back, but who says it was going to be 828 version? Big spoiler, but at the end of the movie, when Sue made her sacrifice, again, talking about sacrifices, and she actually died, I was like, oh man, this is going to be the thing that makes Reed from the 828 become the Maker. I was like, am I watching the Maker be created right in front of my eyes? Like I thought he was going to go crazy and like just start taking things out. But then when he put the baby on her chest, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. They got the God baby. We gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. And finally, moving into the post credit scene, it was a nice post credit scene, the real one, not the animation. The animation was cool too, but the real one with Doom, it's a really nice post credit scene. I wish it could have been longer, But I guess that's the point of a good post-credit scene. It makes you want it to be longer. And I just wish that the post-credit scene would have been longer, but I guess that's what you're supposed to do with it. And I believe from what I've read, the post-credit scene was shot by the Russo brothers on the set of the Avengers movie. So they shot this post-credit scene and the post-credit scene for the Thunderbolts movie. They were both shot by the Russo brothers, and I thought that they were both really good post-credit scenes. So I'm hoping that the Avengers movies is going to be really good. I was hoping the Fantastic Four movie was going to be at least decent, and it proved me wrong. It was a really good movie. Between the Fantastic Four movie and the Thunderbolts, I do believe that the MCU is getting right back on track, and they're getting back on pace, and they're finding their footing again. And I'm kind of excited now to see what's going to happen with the Avengers movies. I'm not really a multiverse guy. When they started the multiverse saga, I rolled my eyes because, in my opinion, as I told my friends, I'm never excited about the multiverse because I think it's just an excuse for lazy writers to be lazier, and they'll just show you a version of somebody and put a new suit on them and be like, yeah, this is blah 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 from some other universe. And I'm like, well, you have characters that have a bunch of stories that you haven't told with the ones you have already. But I was pleasantly surprised. Great movie. I would say go see it. Take somebody with you. Between this, again, between this Thunderbolts, Superman, I mean, I've had a really good year as far as superhero movies so far. All right. Well, that's all I have. I was gonna make sure that I kept this one short. My first video was about 30 minutes long because I was talking about two movies. So I wanted to make sure that I kept this one short, so people could get through it. But I appreciate it. Thank you for watching Sage's Social episode 2, the Fantastic Four episode. Four is enough. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Later.